Evening, people. I hope you're all well. I don't know where you live in the UK, but where I live at the moment, it's bloody freezing today. We had snow this morning, then that turned into sleet, and it's damp, cold. There's a really icy wind. It's just miserable out. It's freezing out. I'm about to take the dog for a walk in 5 minutes, 10 minutes time, and I'm not looking forward to it, and I'm going to be wrapping up to the nines. But that's easy for me because I can come back to a nice warm house. Imagine if you were living out in this. Imagine if you were homeless. Imagine if you were sleeping rough. Thousands of people in the UK are facing that situation at the moment, and it's an utter disgrace. I read a report that said that something like 300,000 people are registered homeless in the UK at the moment. Now, that doesn't mean they're all sleeping rough. It's nowhere near that number. Lots of those are families that are in sheltered accommodation, that have lost their homes, lost their place to live. They may be being put up in temporary accommodation. They might be living with relatives. They might be in hotel accommodation, etc., etc. But in terms of actual rough sleepers, it's estimated we have between 5,000 and 10,000 people sleeping rough on the streets of the UK at the moment. That's a huge number. Imagine being out in this weather and looking forward to months of this weather ahead of you. Imagine how that would feel. How would you cope with that? And many of these people are not people that choose to be there. They're people that have fallen on hard times, that have lost their jobs, become financially insolvent. They might have drink problems, they might have drug problems. Lots of them are ex-armed forces members that have PTSD, mental health issues, that have fallen by hard times. And they're living in tents, they're sleeping in shop doorways, they're sleeping on park benches, they're living in forest areas. It's unbelievable. And as I say, it's a complete national disgrace. It's something we should be completely ashamed of. And what makes it even worse is that at the very same time as having 5,000 to 10,000 British nationals living on the streets in this weather, we're putting up 30,000, 40,000, 45,000 foreign nationals, illegal migrants, alleged asylum seekers, in comfort, in nice warm hotels, in comfortable beds, 3 meals a day, living expenses paid to them. NHS and doctors' visits on tap, taxis to taking them to and from hospital visits, entertainment facilities, ping pong tables, pool tables, dartboards, music and stereo systems. How are we doing that? Why are we doing that? We're spending billions of pounds a year on these men, and they are mostly men. Let's get it straight. At least 90% of them are men. We're spending billions of pounds a year, yet we can't spend even a small proportion of that on finding homes for our own homeless people that are sleeping rough. If we're spending 5 to 10 billion pound a year on housing and homing illegal migrants, why can't we spend £1 billion a year on our own citizens? Why is there a single person sleeping rough at the moment in this country? Now, I can understand fully that there are some people, a very small number, that choose that lifestyle. They just prefer it. But out of, let's say there's 5,000 rough sleepers in the UK, I'd be very, very, very surprised if 4,500 of them want to be there. They would all very much prefer to be in a hotel, in a hostel, in sheltered accommodation, given 2 meals a day, let alone 3, given a tiny fraction of the amount of living expenses that the migrants are given. Access to a GP, access to the NHS would be very, very welcome. They don't get it. Is there a single taxpayer in this country that would rather be spending their own tax money on illegal migrants, asylum seekers and rubber dinghy rapids bros than on genuine homeless people or on genuine armed forces veterans that have given their service to this country and then fallen on hard times? It's insanity. I don't understand why we're doing it. I don't understand why every government doesn't see it as a national disgrace. And yes, of course, it's this Labour government that we're currently blaming, but the Conservatives were just as bad. They didn't do anything about it. This has been a problem for years. The asylum seekers and the hotel brigade were living there long before Labour came into power. Why has nothing been done about it? Why is the issue not being confronted? Why are we not housing our own homeless people? I just don't understand it. And why is the question not even being posed? Every single week at Prime Minister's question times, why is that question not being posed? Whether it's by Nigel Farage or Rupert Lowe or whoever it might be, why are they not saying, "Dear Prime Minister, why are we spending billions of pounds a year housing unknown, foreign, potentially dangerous men, yet we can't and won't spend an equivalent amount of money, or even a tiny fraction of that money, housing our own ex-armed forces veterans, for example?" I don't want to keep using the word disgrace, but it is. It's a national disgrace. Something needs to be done about it. And I think one of the reasons people are so angry about the whole hotel situation and why the protests outside the hotels are ongoing is because they are aware, particularly at this time of the year, of just how bad it is for the rough sleepers out there. And they are appalled at the fact we're spending billions of pounds of our tax money on men that don't deserve it, and very, very, very little on the people who do deserve it. It's got to change, and it's got to change now.
This is John, the Ordinary Guy Rant, reporting for Urban Scoop. If you're interested in independent news, independent views and independent journalism, then please follow us. You can't believe what the mainstream media and corporate bias is saying to us now, so please keep following. If you'd like to follow us, go to urbanscoop.news/support-us. You can also follow me on social media at Facebook, YouTube, TikTok and X. My handle is @TheOrdinaryGuyRants.